Hi everyone. Welcome to our channel, where every day is a new step toward a better, stronger you. Here, we dive into powerful tips, inspiring stories, and practical advice to help you grow, unlock your full potential, and live a happier, more fulfilling life. So, if you're ready to invest in yourself and take on new challenges with confidence, join us daily. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the bell icon to stay updated. Together, let's make each day count and become the best version of ourselves. Failure. What's there to fear? Failure, a word that often carries a heavy weight. It's a word we're taught to avoid, a condition we're programmed to fear. Yet, what if failure isn't the monster we've been led to believe? What if, instead, it's a quiet teacher, a bridge to something greater, a necessary step on the journey to becoming our best selves? Take a moment and think about your life. Reflect on a time when something didn't go as planned. Maybe it was a job interview you didn't nail, a relationship that ended, or a goal that slipped out of reach. How did that moment shape you? Did it teach you something about resilience? Did it push you to grow in ways you never expected? Redefining failure. The first step in embracing failure is redefining it. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of the process. Every great achievement is built on a foundation of setbacks, mistakes, and lessons learned. Think about the stories of people who inspire us. Writers whose manuscripts were rejected dozens of times before becoming bestsellers. Inventors whose prototypes failed over and over again before they created something groundbreaking. Athletes who lost countless games before they became champions. These stories remind us of a simple truth: failure is not the end. It's a beginning. It's a sign that you're trying, that you're stepping out of your comfort zone, that you're daring to dream. Why we fear failure? The fear of failure is deeply ingrained in us. It often stems from a fear of judgment: what will others think if I don't succeed? Or a fear of disappointment: how will I face myself if I fall short? But here's the thing, failure is universal. Everyone, at some point, stumbles. Everyone experiences moments of doubt, moments of defeat. It's not the falling that defines us, it's how we rise. When we fear failure, we limit ourselves. We stop taking risks. We choose safety over possibility. And in doing so, we rob ourselves of the chance to grow, to learn, to become more than we were yesterday. The lessons failure teaches. Resilience. Failure teaches us to get back up, to try again, to keep going even when the path is hard. Each time we face failure, we build a little more strength, a little more courage. We learn that we are capable of enduring far more than we thought. Humility. Failure reminds us that we're human, that we're not perfect. And that's okay. It keeps us grounded and teaches us to approach life with humility and grace. Creativity. When things don't go as planned, we're forced to think differently, to adapt, to innovate. Failure often sparks creativity and pushes us to explore new paths. Self-awareness. Failure is a mirror. It shows us where we went wrong, what we can improve, and what truly matters to us. It's a chance to reflect and realign with our values and goals. Famous failures. History is filled with stories of people who turned failure into success. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. When asked about his failures, he famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." J.K. Rowling faced numerous rejections before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. In her own words, failure meant a stripping away of the inessential. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, said, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed." These individuals didn't let failure define them. Instead, they used it as fuel, as motivation, as a stepping stone to greatness. How to embrace failure. Shift your perspective. Instead of seeing failure as a dead end, view it as a detour, a chance to explore a new direction. Every failure carries a lesson, and every lesson brings you closer to your goals. Detach from perfectionism. Perfection is an illusion. Waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect outcome only leads to stagnation. Embrace imperfection and take action anyway. Celebrate effort, not just results. Success isn't just about the outcome, it's about the journey. Celebrate the courage it takes to try, to put yourself out there, to take risks. Learn to laugh. Sometimes, the best way to deal with failure is to laugh at it. Humor lightens the load and reminds us not to take ourselves too seriously. Surround yourself with support. Share your failures with people who lift you up, who remind you of your worth, who encourage you to keep going. The freedom of letting go. There's a strange freedom in embracing failure. When we stop fearing it, we start living more fully. We take chances. We explore new opportunities. We allow ourselves to dream big. Failure isn't the enemy. Fear of failure is. When we let go of that fear, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities. A story of courage. Let me share a story. There was a young woman who dreamed of becoming a dancer. She auditioned for a prestigious academy but was rejected. Heartbroken, she almost gave up. But instead of walking away, she chose to try again. She practiced every day, refining her skills, pushing herself beyond her limits. A year later, she auditioned again, and failed again. But this time, she didn't see it as a failure. She saw it as feedback, as a challenge to improve. She kept going, auditioning, failing, learning, and growing. And one day, after years of persistence, she finally earned her place. Her success wasn't defined by talent alone. It was defined by her refusal to give up, by her willingness to embrace failure as part of the process. Closing reflections. Failure is not the end of the road, it's a bend in the journey. It's a reminder that we're trying, that we're alive, that we're brave enough to chase something we care about. So the next time you stumble, don't be afraid. Stand tall. Dust yourself off. And take another step. Know that every failure is shaping you, teaching you, and preparing you for the next chapter of your story. And remember, failure isn't something to fear, it's something to embrace.